City Source is taking a look back at some of the biggest and best stories of 2014.
This is a big deal.
Oh, it's huge.
I'm on it, I'm ready to go.
It was a journey that took decades. Light rail now stretches through Irving and onto the airport. Relive the opening celebrations and other transportation milestones.
We do a lot of this to train so that we're ready. If they need us, we're there.
Irving firefighters get some incredible training, and police take a fun journey to support charity.
I just kind of go for it, right? The adrenaline feels pretty good.
Very touching and very daring moments at the No Excuses Throwdown. That's just one of the big events at the convention center we covered. Plus appearances by the Harlem Globetrotters, Tug the Bull Terrier, and even John Travolta. Then can you guess our most popular web video of the year? This is City Source, the best of 2014. Hello and welcome to this special edition of City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We are taking a look back at some of the biggest stories of the year. And in 2014, some of the biggest developments came in the field of transportation. There was movement toward the long-awaited start of the reconstruction of State Highway 183. And another long-talked-about project was completed. The Dart Orange Line now reaches DFW International Airport. Back in August, we were there for all of the celebrations. Commuters surely had to be surprised to see this. Samba dancers at the Las Colinas Urban Center Dart Station.
They get so excited whenever they see the feathers and the bright colors. Everybody wants to take pictures. This is just one of 45 surprise events across the Dart system that led up to what happened just a few days later.
It's great.
Area leaders gathered for the inaugural ride on light rail to DFW International Airport.
I'm just excited to see all the people come out. I hope people take the opportunity to see what DART has to offer.
This is a big deal. Being able to take light rail, commuter rail into DFW Airport.
Wow, this is something else. This is mind-boggling for me to see this thing really working. And they did it on schedule, which is even more amazing.
It is just a short ride before the train approaches the DFW Airport station and crashes through the orange ribbon. The huge crowd on board moves through the station and toward more celebration. What do you think of all this?
It's amazing, very festive. Just really makes the whole thing a big celebration.
Those dancers and the crowd moved to the Hyatt Regency for the dedication luncheon.
You see the international flair of the different countries and their influence, and that's what this is, a gateway to the world, an international opportunity to take mass transit to anywhere you want to go. We planted the seeds, today we reap the harvest.
I want to mention the cities that stuck it out.
Lawmakers past and present talked about the decades-long push for more rail and the teamwork it took.
And it's been that coming together that has caused us to have this kind of progress. We are really a world player now.
When you think of major global airports and cities like London, Sydney, Australia, Hong Kong, they all have rail service from their airport to the city center. And now we will provide that seamless connectivity.
Now it's time for the public debut.
So far it's going great. The first morning of service to DFW Airport.
A lot of passengers on this first day are some of DFW Airport's 60,000 employees.
It was a nice little ride.
Kendra Robertson used to take a combination of a train and buses to get here.
It usually takes 2 hours, but today it only took 1 hour.
It's more easy, more relaxing, no traffic.
Reps are out to help commuters. There are a lot of questions.
When does the train come? How far is the train from the terminal?
We got answers to one of the most common questions: how to get to your gate.
At the end of the walkway, you can certainly turn into the Terminal A building, which is right there. And you can see that if you don't have a bag, you can check in here. with any of the other airlines that are here. If not, if you're flying American, then you just simply take the elevator and you go upstairs. Here, you're going to walk into the ticketing and baggage check area.
Travelers on other airlines who are checking baggage can take these terminal link vans. DFW Airport, DART, and its partners are working to spread the word through student art.
Let me look at this.
And more traditional marketing campaigns. Throughout the days-long opening celebration, leaders talked about the potential impact. It could be a selling point to recruit business.
Having the Orange Line open at the airport is so exciting for the business community because we have the opportunity to have employees travel from their corporations, their business headquarters into the airport.
It's going to help us draw in more conventions, and it's going to help us draw in more business travelers.
Oh, it's huge. First 5 stops out of the airport are in Irving. Stop at the convention center. Stop in the urban center. Those 2 stops are going to be tremendous for our hotels, for our conventioneers.
But it'll be a great opportunity for our students and parents to travel in and out from the airport at great convenience.
But for riders weary from long travels or even big grand opening celebrations, there may be another big benefit: a few minutes to catch a nap.
You don't have to worry about traffic.
One of many naps certainly to come after many years of work.
It's an incredibly relaxing way to go.
Then at the airport, there are even more transportation options. The largest passenger plane in the world started regular flights in the fall. It's a DFW double debut, and there is a big reason for all the fanfare and why cameras wanted to catch it from every angle.
One of the most important days in the history of the 40 years of the airport.
The A380 is the world's largest passenger plane. Qantas and Emirates Airlines just launched regular service here.
Wow, it's like a small town.
The planes are about 8 stories tall. With this one parked at the gates, you can see how it compares in size to an American Eagle jet. Qantas was the first to launch service. This plane will fly 6 times a week, non-stop, between DFW and Sydney, Australia. The airline brought its star ambassador, John Travolta, to the airport for the launch. The star does more than play with model planes. He is a real pilot who is trained here. Also,
did a movie years ago called Urban Cowboy, and y'all know that.
And he hopes the non-stop flight will encourage people to visit Australia and discover the similarities.
Very much like the Texan. They want to have fun. They want you to feel loved and cared for, and they have big spaces. In Australia, everything's big like Texas is.
We got a look inside the Qantas A380, starting with the economy section.
Do you know how in most economy seats that when somebody reclines into your space, you actually feel that that space actually narrows? Well, these seats, the seat pan and the seat recline simultaneously, so you actually a cushion.
Moving up to premium economy.
So the seat is extra wide, 18.5 inches wide.
An entertainment system available for all passengers, features more than 150 movies and 500 TV shows. So what do we have here?
So here we have business class. You can see here that one of the key features of our product here is our sky bed. This is an award-winning seat, and it reclines to be fully flat.
Of course, fares can always change, but when we checked, business class sale fares started around 12 grand round trip.
Plus also we have pajamas for customers to change into. So that's a Qantas signature in business class.
Now we're in the first class cabin on Qantas, and this panel right here controls your seat. The seat will ultimately lie completely flat. And not only that, there are massage control options on here. Then at night, crews bring around a special treat to help passengers sleep.
Cabin crew will come with a sheepskin mattress. So it's a 3-inch sheepskin mattress that they will lay up, and then they'll put a sheet on the bottom and the top, and it is the best sleep experience in the sky without a doubt.
Some travel agents were along on the tour of the cabins so they can better help their customers get a feel for all this.
Getting there is the least favorite part of travel. This makes getting there fun.
Back outside on the tarmac, they could get a sense of the size and see the Qantas logo with the Texas makeover.
I have clients that love to go to Australia. This is going to be incredible. It's going to make it a lot easier.
2 days later, Emirates launched A380 service here.
We hope we brought another star to the Lone Star State with the Airbus A380.
The A380 nearly doubles the capacity of the market between DFW Airport and Dubai.
There was very little time to check out the inside of the Emirates plane as it was about to head back to Dubai. But we did find some of the fun features.
It's the lounge, yeah.
Including an onboard bar.
This is what everybody comes for. This is the Airbus experience. Our lounge, Emirates Lounge, is what people fly for. This is business class, yeah.
There are gourmet meals to enjoy and
we have the lie flat bed.
Also, business and first class passengers get chauffeur service to and from the airport. Our quick tour moved up to first class.
And you can also close these doors, which makes it like private suites.
A check online showed first class tickets around $23,000 round trip. For these passengers, drinks and the best food are always close.
Yeah, it's exactly a mini bar.
This is one of the features unique to Emirates First Class. It's an onboard shower spa. Take a look. People can take a shower right on board the plane.
It was huge. It's like walking into a big mansion. It's so luxurious.
It's beautiful. We have a much bigger plane, spacious, comfy. We got more amenities for the passengers.
He was on this first Qantas flight from Sydney and expects to be a regular passenger.
I work in Australia and come out here for businesses.
And a lot of people are talking about that business and economic impact.
Dallas and Fort Worth are a growing region internationally. There's tremendous interest in our region.
It's a massive economic impact. These flights are worth $200 million annually in economic value just to the greater Dallas-Fort Worth region. Tourism, shipment of goods, and purchase of items when obviously people are in town.
Big economic impact and big opportunities for travelers from really big planes now flying daily at DFW Airport.
We know everything in Texas is bigger. I think we deliver today.
This is a huge vote of confidence for Dallas-Fort Worth Airport and the community.
We will stay at the airport for the start of our review of the year in public safety. Take a look at some of the training the fire department received. Huge flashes of fire. They are some of the challenges confronting Irving firefighters during an exercise at DFW Airport's Fire Training Research Center.
When things happen in real life, you have to go on instinct. And that's what we have to do. We have to be able to react on instinct.
This drill is part of Irving firefighters' annual training, meant to help hone those instincts when real lives and property are on the line.
So if we drill, we get it down.
That was the first call firefighters heard on the radios. And when they move inside this tower, they find 3 different types of fires to put out. The tall building design is one they can relate to.
Look at the area up there in Las Colinas.
And then the conditions they find inside.
It's as realistic as we can make it. We have simulated smoke and we have simulated fire, so the heat's not like it normally would be, and the visibility usually is a little bit better than what we'll normally encounter on a real fire.
Hollywood puts a lot of fire and not much smoke, and you can see where you're going. That's not what's really dangerous or scary about a burning building. It's the fact that you can't see where you're going and you're feeling your way through a room that you've never been in before.
They get the flames out, but the simulated emergencies are not over.
We have a firefighter that's in peril, so to speak. He's low on air. The rapid intervention crew is then deployed in to assist them.
Rescuing him is just one part of a heavy focus on safety.
Safety is paramount. That's from the start of the call, getting there safely, doing safe things while you're there. I mean, it's endless.
Everyone knows a burning building has plenty of danger.
Safety is all of our responsibility.
And even training carries its own hazards. Before the exercise begins, the crew gets together to preview the scenario and learn how to prevent injuries.
If you see this tapping out of the helmet, that means grab the guys you're with, hit one of the quick outs. People call us at the worst time. And if we're not safe, we're not going to be able to mitigate their situation.
But we will have 2 safety officers.
So they say these lessons about safety are just as important as what they learn about how to put out fires. All has to be practiced, so a quick and correct response comes naturally.
They're training muscle memory. You're training your muscles to remember exactly how to respond in a real-life scenario. This takes it beyond the classroom, puts them right out here in the field to get to practice not only those training techniques, but also the importance of working together.
Firefighters say drills such as this one also provide a chance to cross-train, working positions they are not used to.
It's good that everybody knows what everybody else is doing, and it's a team effort.
Even though this training is taking place in a building, the DFW Airport Fire Training Research Center offers a lot of different training opportunities, and many, as you would expect, involve airplanes. The facility just reopened last year after extensive renovations made possible in part by a $19 million grant from the FAA.
We have more training, simulated training opportunities at this training center than I believe anywhere else in the world.
They train people all over the world, so we're part of that world.
The airport location works especially well for Irving firefighters because real emergencies do not stop for training.
We've actually been here when we needed to release everyone to go back to a structure fire or something within the city.
We have a lot of fires in Irving. We have a lot of rescue situations in Irving, so we have to be the best.
They want Irving residents to know about this training they are getting, keeping their skills sharp to save lives and homes.
We do a lot of this to train so that we're ready. And if they need us, we're there.
They're in the best hands possible, whether it be fire, rescue, or EMS. We feel like we're the best, but we work hard to get that. It's not something that we just brag about being. We work hard to have that status.
Yeah, and Irving police also took part in some intense training exercises. This was the scene at North Lake College as officers practiced their response to a simulated school shooting.
You got an officer with you.
An officer with you escorting you out. To make it as authentic as possible, while still being safe, of course, some students volunteered to be victims in full makeup. You can see they brought the drama, too. Both the Irving Police and Fire Department showed their support for causes important to them. City Source reporter Tony Cornett takes us back to the 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb.
The events of 9/11-2001 changed the world. Every year since, people have paused to remember and participate in events commemorating that tragic day. And over the last 4 years, one of those has been the Dallas 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. Event organizer John Barrett is himself a firefighter.
I climbed in the stair climb at Indianapolis, at the Fire Department Instructors Conference in Indianapolis in 2011 in March. I come back here and literally the same day I started planning. So this is something we need to bring to North Texas.
The climb is held here in downtown's Renaissance Tower.
There it goes, now you're good.
And each year, some of our own Irving firefighters proudly participate. Online registration fills up fast.
It is very much an honor. This year the fire spots filled up in less than 2 seconds.
Spots are limited to the exact numbers of those who perished on 9/11. 343 firefighters, 70 police officers, and 9 EMTs. Alternate stair climbers stand by for those who can't make it.
Firefighters, if you have your bumper gear, you'd like to go ahead and climb, we do have some last-minute openings.
The World Trade Center towers were 110 stories, so the climb here is 55 stories 2 times, starting in the basement and ending on the 54th floor, wearing some 80 pounds of gear.
Hey, we're going the wrong way. It's down.
A lot happens at the street level start too, where participants, families, friends, and volunteers assemble before the trek into the tower can begin.
We thank you, Father, for those who are our first responders, wherever they are.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming.
There is this poignant reminder brought from Ground Zero, a twisted steel beam from the rubble. And these living reminders honor guests from the New York City Fire Department. Stephen Humaneski lost some 50 friends on 9/11 and says in this brotherhood, what happens to one happens to all.
This shows and proves to the world that when we say we never forget, we never forget.
Just as they've stirred men to war for centuries, the pipes stir the emotions that drive these men to climb and remember, and it's time to get to it.
Joseph Rebelli. Thank you.
John McAvoy.
Here you go, boys.
Inside the stairwell, it's a steady ascending line, a demanding physical journey.
Hey, now I practice right-hand turns.
Feel pretty good at the beginning, and then towards the end, you're going a few flights, take a break, going a few flights, take a break.
Break, Irving.
Halfway there, McCarty, halfway.
Take your time, guy.
It's also time to reflect on what it was like on 9/11.
My first year doing it, definitely like to do it again. So it's a really powerful experience, thinking about what those guys went through and knowing they were going up those stairs, probably not coming back down. It's really cool to honor them.
They assigned us each one an individual that died. Mine was John Hefferman on ladder 11, and so it was an honor to carry his name to the top, to remember all the guys that gave their life. Hey, I gotta breathe at 40.
Walters notes that being a firefighter is not just a job, and what happened is not forgotten.
9/11 is not over, it's still going.
This memorial stair climb here in Dallas will be around too. They're already gearing up and planning for next year's 5th anniversary event. Tony Cornett for City Source.
Now this one was tough, but we did our best to keep up with fast-moving police officers collecting donations for the Special Olympics. Their torch run really brought out a lot of enthusiasm.
We're running to several schools here in Irving, and what they've done is they've done some fundraising for Special Olympics. We're running over to those schools to help pick up those donations.
How does it feel to be able to help a cause like this?
Usually we are the recipients, so it's nice to be able to give back. These children are learning from a young age. They won't be fearful. They'll know that the police are our friends.
I think it's really cool.
It's amazing for the students to be able to experience this and be a part of their community, raising money for a good cause.
We had a little pan where we put money so that we could help the Special Olympics.
I'm not a big runner and everything, but the reason for running was good and the spirit we got from the kids. I'm ready to do the next leg. Hold on.
It's such a positive role model for the kids. They need to see the police in all sorts of ways, and this is awesome. I'm proud to be here today.
Look at these kids. Who wouldn't want to be out here?
I feel good that I'm helping people because it'll make them feel good.
We really think it's around $4,000. We think we're a little overwhelmed.
We got together with local ice cream company, Blue Bunny. They agreed to donate ice cream to the winning school.
Ice cream party! Ice cream party!
This is a team effort right here. It took every one of these students and everyone in the staff to produce this.
And this has been a ball watching the last few weeks. They're bringing in little plastic bags and little piggy banks and money out of the pockets, and got to make sure they weren't using lunch money.
What do you hope they get out of participating in this?
I hope they learn how to love, to give to different people that are disenfranchised, and also to love the police.
Nimitz High School is always excited to be involved in supporting Special Olympics. We appreciate our Irving Police Department for raising money for these students.
We are actually the Irving Stars. They are Special Olympics.
Irving Stars! Irving Stars! Irving Stars!
All the kids here at the school, they all come in and volunteer. We have a buddy system. They come in and volunteer. It's very aware here at our school.
It generates excitement in the community, and obviously it shows our kids here, our Special Olympians, that we support them and we care about them, and they're just as important as everyone else.
Seeing the members of the team is just perfect out here supporting us and as we support them.
Now to some of the big events that drew crowds to the city. We don't have time to show them all to you, but some that stand out include the return of the GE Irving Marathon and a first-time event, Chipotle's Cultivate Festival on Lake Carolyn. And that was not the only food-focused fun. Here's a spicy sample from our report on Zest Fest.
This is the execution station.
Oh, it's awesome.
The goal is to see how many pepper purees people can try.
Each sauce gets hotter and hotter. So the challenge is if they can make it from level number 1 all the way up to level number 8, they don't pass out on me, they don't throw up on my table, then they win full swag. Woo. There it is.
There it is. Watch the reaction as the contestants move up.
Nose is running. Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to sweat a little bit, but I'm going to keep going.
Trinidad Scorpion Moruga. All right, it's the hottest chili pepper in the world.
It's not good to me.
We watched this woman take on the challenge alongside this man with the flames on his hat. He didn't make it long.
There's more people that drop out than make it.
Carrie Apps handled it better than anyone else we saw. Carrie, you seem to be doing okay.
Yeah, it's hot.
She was among those making it to the final round.
Here's to the burn on the way in today. Here's to the burn on the way out tomorrow morning. 1, 2, 3. Count back.
The big question is why?
Hotter the better, man. If I don't sweat, I don't like it. I don't think I survived it.
It's not, it's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible.
Would you do it again?
Not today.
So what are you going to do now?
Go get a milk and a beer.
Milk is one way people try to purge the pepper pain, but some have other ideas.
Sugar will also help. Sugar packets.
We give them a little taste of licorice and then we can taste something else. It clears the palate.
The best thing to do is just to kind of go through it. You can try the milk and the water and the bread.
Milk people try, but really it's just time.
Just gotta power through it and love it.
Clearly, they do love it.
You say it'll burn for a good 20 minutes?
Oh yeah.
Pain and pleasure at just about every booth.
Pretty intense, man.
Oh, no.
I'm not trying to kill them with the heat, but if we can do that.
We love it.
And yeah, a lot of my favorites took place at the Irving Convention Center. We couldn't pass up the chance to kick it at Kickspo.
Long lines of people ready to see long aisles full of shoes.
We just want to have a good time out here, man.
We're here at Kickspo.
This is Kickspo at the Irving Convention Center.
Yeah, man. You know, whatever you want. We got stuff you can hoop in, stuff you can stroll in, stuff you can take your friend's girl in.
Kickspo got its name by combining a term for shoes, kicks, and expo. Here those kicks can come colorful, customized, and costly.
Yeah, man, it's really expensive.
You can't go to your regular mall and find this.
Don't take these shoes lightly, man. These are small fortunes, and these kids take this seriously.
Mansour Aziz traveled from Arkansas to show off his collection. This rare pair is his centerpiece.
Air Mags, man, as you see, Back to the Future. You know, the same pair that the doc gave Marty, but this pair is something special about it. It's a sample pair. Can't even get them.
You got pairs like the Air Gordons go for $1,500. We from Austin, we out here trying to make a name for ourselves.
These actually are the A-Life Pumas, and not too many people have them, so I really like them. We understand that sneakers are a very male-dominated culture, so we just wanted to bring a female touch to it.
We're a boutique out of Dallas called Center.
Some vendors offer a lot more than shoes.
Hey, you know, not only can you get some gear, get some sneakers, look at sneakers, you can get a haircut.
Walking around the exhibit floor, we saw some signs that the interest in sneakers may be expanding.
I'm about to be 38 years old. My pals are like, "What are you doing? You're an idiot."
Ryan Munson traveled from Oklahoma City, hoping to make good on his teen years back when he wanted some Air Jordans.
I wanted them real bad, didn't get them the whole bit. Now we're back. It's about time to get some Forest Cements.
Then we spotted Mike Arnett working a booth.
My son has been into these shoes for a long time, so he has me down here trying to sell a few and buy a few and just having a great time.
He kind of got curious and wanted to join in, so I'm trying to get him into as much as I can, so it's pretty cool.
Now that I've kind of gotten into it, I kind of see why he likes it, and it's really something that he enjoys and I enjoy doing together too.
How much you want for them?
$255.
Even people who do not foot the bill for a booth can still do business here.
Try to get a trade or a sale. Trying to make some money.
There is a rule though. No booth means you gotta keep moving.
Can't stand around, they said.
Your hands hurt after a while from carrying all those boxes? Or what?
Yeah, after about 10 minutes, you gotta put them down, get a rest.
Across the floor, there is a lot that catches the eye. Fuzzy gold, bony bold, and these.
I got the ugly Christmas sweaters SBs, trying to let these go for about a good $190.
$190 for a shoe that you admit is ugly.
They're not ugly. They actually look pretty good.
Okay, then come up with your own adjectives for these shoes. But there is also art for the wall and specially designed clothes for sale.
It's my business. This is more my dream.
We're a group of artists and we're passionate about doing art, our t-shirts, and we're inspired by culture, so that's our element.
A lot of young entrepreneurs are combining the hobbies of art or shoe collecting with a passion for hip-hop culture to make a profit.
This culture inspires a lot of young adults to just search new ways to just create a business.
Hip-hop and hustling has proven to be successful both for them and Kickspo.
They moved to the Irving Convention Center. It just keeps growing every year. It gets really exciting.
The convention center would not mind adding more events like this, representing hobbies you may have never even known about, but that bring crowds to the city.
We've got salespeople just smiling and dialing all day long.
And there is one addition she would like to see when Kickspo returns.
I think there should be an entire Keds exhibit for some of us who really want to rock it old school.
While that may not happen, there are other unusual sights to take in.
What's the story of these underwater?
All right, so these are the coral sixes, and we're putting them underwater because coral, it's a water thing. And then we got the fishes and we put them in the water and they just died as soon as we put them in there, and we're like, all right.
For fans of these shoes, there is just no beating the feeling of finding the perfect pair.
Yes, I did it.
And it's even better when they can make some bank in the process.
That's what it's all about, the almighty dollar.
Dollars, dreams, style, and sneakers all tie together at Kickspo.
It's a great time.
Another repeat event brought out young people showing off their tech skills to build robots. It's where robots dash and crash while students steer and cheer. This is the competition called First in Texas.
It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It is drawing students to the Irving Convention Center from here at home
Jackie Singley Academy here in Irving.
and far beyond.
Wailua, Hawaii, from Brazil. Would you like a lei?
The enthusiasm and adrenaline are everywhere here in the pit area, and then it gets even more intense as teams move to what they call the field. These fast-moving, high-scoring matches are especially impressive when you find out that these robots were built by high school students in just 6 weeks.
On the first Saturday of the year, they find out through a live NASA webcast what the actual challenge is going to be.
This year's game, aerial assist.
The competition is basically kind of like a mix between volleyball and soccer.
So how do they get from this concept they see on a webcast to this? Real robots that can move, pick up, and throw. This has got to be tough to start 6 weeks ago with basically nothing, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. We came up with like a bunches of ideas.
The students made a lot of prototyping. They try a lot of ideas.
We did all kinds of testing and all kinds of things. So this was definitely not our first idea.
During the 6 weeks, our only day off is on Sundays.
2-3 nights we stayed up all night.
You can see they come together to have fun too.
It's nice to meet people from other countries.
The atmosphere here is everyone's accepted. I mean, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, what you like to do.
This is like fun, like science nerdy.
The fun can also help their standings because they are judged on team spirit.
Spirit, yes, I don't know.
Here, they don't always know what to expect next.
Hi.
But in the longer term, they can look for the thrill of bright careers. First execs have found
98% of our kids graduate high school, 88% go on and enroll in higher ed, and 86% of those students actually go into engineering, technical, scientific fields of study.
the main goal of all this is to promote science, technology, engineering, and math.
That's where the jobs are.
And that's where the jobs are. From an industry perspective, we need lots of talented, dedicated people to come in and help us solve all the problems.
What do you want to do for a career?
I would like to be a mechanical engineer.
Petroleum or civil engineering?
I want to be an electrical engineering.
Architectural engineering.
In either the field of robotics or in spaceflight.
So what made you want to pursue that field?
Well, actually first is the reason I wanted to pursue engineering.
University reps are here and eager to talk with these students.
We have over $19 million in scholarship that first students can apply for.
The top winners from here in Irving go on to the international competition. But the students realize it is about much more than robots.
It's fun and it's work, but it's a big payoff because, no matter where you end up, whether you're first, whether you're last, it's just a good experience, one that you can take with you.
Now to the story that was my favorite of the year. It was of an event that offered some incredible sights to see and even more incredible inspiration.
Check out these daring stunts. Aaron Fotheringham is the athlete. Spina bifida does have him in a wheelchair, but it does not keep him down.
I've been riding for 14 years. It's awesome.
These skills earned him the nickname Wheels and fame in his sport.
I just kind of go for it, right? The adrenaline feels pretty good.
Big stunts like these start small
See? That was great.
and start here. This is the No Excuses Throwdown, hosted by Rise Adaptive Sports at the Irving Convention Center. Meet Jack Harvey.
I just wanted to give this a try, and I really like doing this, and it's a lot of fun.
Yesterday when we came, he kind of stayed back and watched a while. He wasn't sure about even getting in here, And he started doing it, and he loves it.
There is a trick Jack wants to nail on the rail, and as he learns, he gets a reminder of how tough it can be. He is okay, and right after seeing that, it's Jack's turn. His family is on edge watching.
Lean forward.
It does not go so well at first,
Oh my gosh.
but the athlete he looks up to knows exactly what he's going through.
A lot of these kids are doing better than I did my first day. Just staying above, because even if you're leaning forward, coming off, you'll be fine. I've been watching him since I was like 10 years old, and he's my hero. And he's given me so much inspiration and courage just to do all the stuff.
After more expert coaching, Jack is ready to try it again. His family catches it on camera. Right after that victory, his hero gives him something to mark the achievement.
I got Henry the Lucky Rock that Wheels gave to me.
Very happy because I know he has the courage and determination that he's going to go far in life. He's not a quitter.
Don't ask me too much, I'll start crying. Proud of him. He's brave.
Kind of our tagline is we're not looking for perfection, just no excuses.
The competitors here live with different conditions,
Spina bifida, mild cerebral palsy, caudal regression syndrome,
Cornelia de Lange syndrome.
but their experiences here are often similar. they confront a challenge and come out more confident.
She likes being able to do things that everybody else has been able to do. It brings out a lot more confidence in her, and she's, a better feeling of self-worth, and she's just really excited about trying some of this.
You gotta just go with it and I'll be on your back.
It literally changed his life because before Rise, he really had never been around anyone in any other sport with a physical disability.
Her son Jason now encourages others to get involved with Rise.
I've always tried to teach him that you can do anything you want to do, you just do it differently.
I got this.
Jason sports the swagger of a pro.
It seems like you're already getting a little emotional again.
I can't help it.
He takes on progressively larger ramps.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's great.
Even almost crashing into a network TV news crew does not deter him. You can see his confidence and his mom's pride.
It makes me smile. It is just the coolest thing ever.
We saw that range of emotion over and over. The parents worry, but most kids seem ready to take on any challenge.
I was a little nervous about it, but she came and asked me could she do it. And first I said, no, I don't think you can do that. Then she got my hand and she kissed my hand and she said, it's okay, Mama, it's okay. I'm gonna be okay.
He's proud of himself. He knows that he's doing something good.
He was at it. He just put before me.
He's not scared to do it. He enjoys it, and it lets him not worry about any of his disabilities.
People here are also getting a look at some other programs Rise Adaptive Sports offers year-round, including quad rugby and hand cycling. The executive director knows the group is making an impact.
They have success here, and then that empowers them not only in sports and athletics, but also in their life when they get out in the community.
And to help draw more attention to this event, organizers added competitions for able-bodied BMX bikers and skateboarders.
Came out here from Houston, came out to have a good time, man.
Turns out the athletes we talked to developed a respect for their peers doing the same sport, but in wheelchairs.
They were like doing backflips. I was like, what? They're doing backflips? That's crazy. I didn't think that was possible, but they were out here doing it. They were throwing it down. They were having a good time.
Don't do it again, of course.
Families and athletes know these young people often hear about limits.
He can't play t-ball, he can't play soccer.
But at this event, all those negative words are replaced.
It's all about embracing his disabilities instead of being held back by them.
Well, everybody can make an excuse why you can't do something. And this whole event is about, what can you do?
While they're here, they're not thinking of their chair as, a medical device, and they're having fun with it just like a kid goes and buys a skateboard, It's like the same thing, but, it's just taking something you have that a lot of people would call a challenge and turning it into something awesome.
The great team at the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau promotes all of those events at the convention center and others across the city. Increasingly, that team is using social media, as we found out at one of the city's biggest annual draws.
Scotty, can I please get a picture?
Moments for the memory books of modern times play out at the HP Byron Nelson Championship.
I got his glove.
As these kids get to meet top junior golfer Scotty Scheffler, they have immediate plans for the pictures.
I put them on Instagram.
While plenty of fans come to watch golf during the tournament at the Four Seasons Resort in Irving, we also spotted a lot of people on their phones, perhaps looking to add to their likes while on the links. The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is working to leverage that interest.
We have signed on as a social media sponsors, and that's a new role for us this year.
As the pros tee off, fans tweet on. People following Visit Irving, Texas on Twitter could find clues of where to find prize bags. Also,
we will be hanging out in the pavilion where all the people are with the social media team of the Byron Nelson. People come by with their phones and show us that they've either followed our page at Irving, Texas on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, or they've hashtagged us, Visit Irving, Texas, and they will get to pick out a swag item.
One of the most active tweeters out here will be selected as the tournament's VIT, very important tweeter, and get a cool upgrade to watch all the action from here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau Villa overlooking the 18th hole.
It's wonderful.
It's a dream come true.
VIT Darnell White and his family are getting to enjoy the view and all the great food.
My favorite part of May and third consecutive year at HPBNC.
He started tweeting and sharing pictures as he rode in on the shuttle before he even knew about the prize.
All these businessmen playing hooky makes me wish I would have majored in some discipline of business. Hashtag HPBNC.
Not far away, another contest is getting underway.
The next person that stops by here and tells us what city we're in, which believe it or not is a hard question for some, will get VIT status.
That contest gets at one of the main goals of this social media outreach.
When people have an awareness and identity of where Irving, Texas is, what it looks like, what it stands for, that a great PGA Tour event is associated with it, it really helps when you think about trying to break into a cold call or your sales call when somebody's got a preconceived notion of this great place.
The Convention and Visitors Bureau just wants to make sure people know it's Irving, where they came to have a great time.
For people to understand that this tournament's actually in Irving and it's not in Dallas, which there's still confusion, even after 31 years, there's still confusion on where they're actually playing.
There are also fun photo ops created by the social media folks. The CVB's team and even I couldn't pass up the chance to pose with a replica of the tournament trophy. The team also hopes that by getting people to send messages tagged Visit Irving, that will bring more traffic to the Convention and Visitors Bureau's many social media outlets.
For people to continue to follow us so they can see everything else that's going on in Irving post-tournament.
And there is a lot that could generate social media buzz. The Convention and Visitors Bureau has a full calendar year-round. So the goal is to get some of the golf crowd back for other events.
We get excited when we get 250,000 people coming through the event, but socially, that'll be 10 million. So our goal here is to have everyone have an amazing experience, but more importantly, share it with everyone and tell what a great time they had here at Irving at the Byron Nelson Championship.
And hey, don't just follow the CVB online, check us out too. So we have stuff to talk about here. It's time for that year-end Web Watch, our most popular web videos for all of 2014, and this one got thousands of views. It is a story you saw earlier on this show on firefighters training at DFW Airport, and then the runner-up.
Our program is a really great program. I really enjoy my teammates, just hanging out with them.
That's a clip from our coverage of a Special Olympics basketball tournament. In response on YouTube, Jasper Southwell wrote, "This is great." And we know he must have meant it because he put both an exclamation mark and a smiley. A couple of economic development stories round out the list. Our announcement of Envoy Air's move to Irving and the groundbreaking for the Irving Music Factory.
This is an attraction that's going to bring people from all around North Texas, even the country.
If you missed any of those stories, find them at ictn.tv. That's also where you can watch us live 24/7. Plus, catch us at youtube.com/thecityofirving. We have gotten more than 1 million views on our YouTube channel, so find out what all those folks have been watching, then post a comment because we always like to hear from you. Now let's talk sports, at least the way we talk sports on City Source. No scores or stats here, only personalities. Brooke Pratt shows us what happened when a couple of Harlem Globetrotters visited Irving.
The Harlem Globetrotters are known for their amazing shots, fun tricks, and friendly personalities. These two Globetrotters often visit schools while traveling all over the country for their games. Their stop in North Texas included a visit to an eager crowd of students at the Holy Family of Nazareth Catholic School here in Irving. For player Joyce Sweet J. Akoramadu, this trip was a special one.
And I want sitting in the seat where you guys are sitting.
Sweet J lived in Irving and attended Holy Family up until 5th grade. She hasn't been back to the school since she was 13.
I have family here, friends. I grew up here. I was raised here. So just for them to share my success and then even maybe encourage and inspire other people to do what they want to do as well.
Oh, what a role model. Isn't this wonderful to know that someone from the Harlem Globetrotters was a part of Holy Family School at one time?
They should name me Sweet.
Sweet J's message is one of determination, girl power, and chasing dreams. She recently became the 12th ever female player on the Harlem Globetrotters. Her teammates nicknamed her Sweet J because of her phenomenal jump shot and sweet personality and smile.
I'm just a living testimony of what you can do if you just keep at it and don't let anybody stop you from what you want to do.
Sweet J and her teammate Anthony Buckets Blakes quickly captured the students' attention. And then they turned their attention to a more serious subject. In visits with schools, the Globetrotters always address the problem of bullying. Sweet J told a story of when she was bullied at a very young age.
It pushed me head first into the gravel from the slide, and I didn't say anything.
Sharing a personal story of her own bullying situation when she was a kid and how she overcame it and got to where she is right now. It's great.
The players left the kids with more laughs, smiles, and tricks. Sweet J said it was fun coming back and reminiscing about her time in Irving. Although this gym wasn't here when Sweet J was a student, she started playing basketball in the parish hall next door. She says she never could have guessed that her passion for the game would take her to the Globetrotters.
I was always a tomboy, just trying to keep up with the boys, and so now I'm still trying to keep up. Nothing's changed, as you see.
She just was a happy-go-lucky little girl, and I loved having her in my class.
Oh, I didn't warm up.
Sweet J hopes she was able to inspire students to follow their dreams and not let anyone or anything get in the way.
You never know, one of these kids might be the 13th, 14th, 15th female, or just the guys could be a Globetrotter.
It becomes real, you know, it attaches your hopes and dreams as you sit in your desk here to something that could really happen in your life. It's just a matter of setting your goals and working for them.
Well, this is a blessing for me to just be back here. This is awesome. They've just showed us so much love.
Brooke Pratt for City Source.
Yeah, looks like the kids had fun with the Globetrotters there. And now to a place that could offer one of the toughest and hottest workouts around.
Go, jab.
It's a challenging workout
This is killer calorie burnage.
at Irving's newest gym.
Close your hand. I want your hands closed. You're gonna hit somebody. You're not gonna slap somebody.
It's called Sweat, and with no air conditioning,
they get sweat. Straight down the hurdle.
But the Sweat name means more than that. It's an acronym.
SWEAT stands for Serious
Workouts.
Enhanced Accelerated
Training.
These longtime friends combined expertise in sports
And I'm an ex-minor league baseball player, one of the head trainers at a corporate gym.
with backgrounds in business.
Well, I've always been entrepreneurially minded. My background's real estate.
Connect that to their Irving roots, and a business was born.
Do all those people live locally and you were just able to call on them? I mean, are all these people out there that we just didn't know?
The crazy thing is, Montavious Ray Edwards, our sprinter and one of our head boot camp instructors, he's from Irving, lives in the city of Irving, ran on 8 U.S. teams. Hector Vasquez, he's the super welterweight champion in Texas. He's from Irving, grew up in Irving.
I went to Irving Powell down the street. That's where I got my discipline. That's where I started.
Hector's former police athletic league coach was among those turning out for the gym's grand opening.
It feels great. So I'm just kind of here to show them my support.
Really pleased to have them here. I've been working with them for several months. Proud to have them as a business in South Irving.
We wanted to bring the city of Irving, specifically South Irving, a world-class, state-of-the-art training facility.
You can use for shoulders, that you can use for back.
We got a look around, and beyond the equipment and full-sized boxing ring, we found out that there are some rules unique to this gym.
One of the things that I don't like when it's busy and I'm really trying to work out is somebody in the way because they're breaking rule number 1, taking a selfie. If we catch you breaking rule number 1, just be prepared to be publicly embarrassed online.
It's going to take you out of the norm, out of the element that you're normally used to going when you walk into a gym.
The gym offers members 24-hour access, sports-specific personal training, as well as these evening classes.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's going to look like this. Down, tummy, 1.
The instructors promise to not only lead, but also participate.
He's going to start off with small kicks, small butterfly kicks.
I'm gonna work out with you. I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna, take it to your limits because I'm gonna help you reach your goals. You gotta breathe. You gotta breathe.
Learning an actual sport and learning something that may actually come in handy if you need it, such as self-defense, the discipline.
1, 2, hook, right hand.
If I ask you what number you're on and you don't know, that means you're at 0.
We're almost done. No, I'm just kidding. We're not done yet. Keep going, keep
As
going.
class approaches the end, participants hope these workouts lead to some long-term physical changes. But in the short term,
pain, but it's good pain. When you wake up in the morning, you're in pain, but you can see the difference in your body, and it's just motivation.
There you go, looking good.
It was insane, tough, but it was great. It was an awesome workout. We got our sweating, obviously.
Gave me a good push. It was a good sweat. It was intense, not overbearing.
I like coming here. And it's barely been like a week, and I already feel good about myself.
Tomorrow you will be sore, the next day you will be sore, and the next day you will be sore. I promise you that much.
the operators of Sweat hope that as more people achieve results, they'll spread the word, and their business can expand as waistlines shrink.
Sweat's healthy for you.
Time now for some pet projects. The Animal Care Campus shattered all expectations this year with the success of the Empty the Shelter Day. People were lined up outside much of the day to get a new pet with no adoption fee. The program started in Irving, but other shelters across the region joined in. More than 2,000 pets were adopted overall. Talk about rescue success. A dog that had a rough start has a growing following and now stays pretty busy. Meet Tug and find out how his sad start has turned into a mission to inspire.
So everybody say hi, Tug.
These children at the West Irving Library are meeting Tug. He's not just any bull terrier.
And as you can see, he's got his superhero cape on.
He was awesome.
Tug is a star. He has more than 18,000 Facebook fans, hits the field with the Cowboys cheerleaders, and he's the lead in his own comic book.
Are you my friend now?
This is actually, the release party.
Did you get one of the trading cards over there?
The secret of his fame can be found by looking at his rough past. It is a story that Kim and Blake Ovard share with everyone they encounter during his public appearances.
When we found Tug, this is what he looked like.
4 years ago, Tug was wrapped in a blanket and staked the side of a highway.
You know those yard signs where you hammer it into the yard? They did that on the corner of the blanket so that he couldn't move.
His eyes were closed, swelled shut.
And he would hear you at the front of the cage. Even though his eyes were swollen shut, he would still wander to the front of the cage and try to come up and see you.
And the vet said, there's nothing we can do. He needs to go.
We knew that he wanted to live.
He had that spark.
And if you were sick and you told somebody that you wanted to live, you'd want him to help you, right? So that's what we did. We helped Tug. And as he got better, he started moving around more, and that's when we started realizing what a personality he had.
And that's when his adventures would start.
These comic book fans became comic book authors. They realized Tug's journey could inspire.
Everything is loving it forward. Tug calls it woofing it forward. So that's part of what inspired us with the comic book, because it just spreads. If we all help each other, just think how great the world would be, you know? I know, buddy. Yes, you're a good boy.
Just as Tug seems naturally photogenic, he also instinctively took to a role as therapy dog, visiting children in wheelchairs. Taking Tug all over could be a full-time job, but for the Ovards,
My full-time job is an animal control officer.
Kim works in Irving. Her husband is an officer in Burleson.
They're having trouble with their raccoon.
We went along as Kim answered calls with fellow Irving officer Laura Holmes. The calls range from urban wildlife
We'll take him and we'll relocate him.
to injured family pets.
The kitten was in an engine of a truck and they started the engine, so she's injured. She's calm enough, I'm gonna hold her just so she can feel some warmth.
I know, I hear you.
Kim Ovard wants to change the stereotype some people have of animal control.
I think what you see in animal control and shelters, every animal has its own soul and its own personality, and you just see this little life in there trying to do the best it can.
Handsome, come here.
Even though this cat is clearly in rough shape, Kim named him Handsome.
He deserves to know he's handsome.
A test revealed he's FIV positive.
He's very loving, he's very sick. Sometimes the sickest just need a kind hand. I don't know that we can help him, but we try to do everything we can.
No question that cases like these are tough. But then there is also always inspiration.
This is what keeps me going every day. Little Gur came to us, he was only 3 weeks old. He's been with me for a week, 24 hours a day. He is being bottle fed and hand fed. It's my job to be sure that this little soul gets to another home.
But the Ovard's greatest motivation comes from a bull terrier named Tug.
Every day I have a bad day at work, I come home and see this guy, and things brighten.
So they share that inspiration through daily Facebook messages and in person at programs like this one offered by Episcopal Church of the Redeemer.
Because there's a lot of superhero dogs out there, we just don't know it yet.
The Ovards know there are many more people to reach. They are reminded of that every day at work.
How do we make it so these places don't have to be? How can I work myself out of a job? What can I do to educate people?
I'm really worried about Ducky and Monkey. I know Ajax is covering the ground at super speed.
Tug is doing his part, starring in web videos and appearing in that comic book.
We're mailing comics all across the world.
Any money raised goes to rescue more animals in need. Animals that, like Tug, are starting on a rough path but could end up thriving.
If everybody would woof it forward, the world would be a much better place. If everybody just did that for one person a day, the world would change.
A dog's life lessons for everyone.
We can all be down and be upset about something, but let's be positive.
Yeah, and since his first appearance on ICT Ed, he went on to be a guest on The Rachel Ray Show. City Source is back on January 11th, and here are a few stories you can look forward to in the next few shows. Irving police are getting special training on bikes and talking about what makes two wheels so effective in fighting crime. And we've been checking out some of the classes offered as part of the Citizens Fire Academy. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks to everyone who is part of our team throughout the year, and thank you for watching. Have a great 2015.